Hello and welcome to Eat Good, and I'm your host, Kirly-Sue. And this is the show where you, the viewers, have requested quick and easy, tasty vegan meals. So today I'm making brown stew chunks using what you can see here, soy chunks. So they come dried, and this recipe that I've created is a version of the Jamaican brown stew chicken. So the same sort of flavors and seasonings that you would apply to that chicken dish, I've now applied it to this soy chunks dish. So what you do first of all, when they come dried. You put about 500 grams into a bowl and pour boiling water on it and leave it for about 10 minutes. Now it's already been here for 10 minutes, so I'm going to drain them and then we're going to put some seasoning onto it. Let me drain it. There. Make sure we get as much of the water out as possible. And then you just pop it back into the bowl carefully. Put that in there. And then to this, we're going to add some mixed herbs. You can have dried mixed herbs or fresh mixed herbs, whichever is your preference or what you have to hand. Some paprika and some spices. Now at this point, the sort of spices that you like for wherever you are in the world, this is when you'd add them. So you add that, and you add a tiny little bit of oil, and that's all you add at this point. Give it a stir, so that it coats throughout, because the soy chunks themselves don't have much flavor. So what we're doing is giving it the flavor. So stir it like that. Now you would leave this for roughly half an hour. So while that's marinating, we're going to work on the rest of the dish. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of oil into the pan. And into the pan, I'm going to put some chopped garlic and some onion as well, and also some spring onion. And we're going to let that cook until they're soft. So this is all part of the flavor layering that we have for this dish. Let me turn this down a little bit. Do you want it on roughly a medium heat? It's smelling wonderful already. So this is quite a cheap dish to make. It's not expensive at all because the soy chunks are quite inexpensive, and you can get them in most countries around the world. Over here I got them in, I think, Macro, one of those places. Most major supermarkets will have it. And in Western countries it may be in a Whole Foods store or in an Asian supermarket of some sort. So then we're going to add the rest of the veg. So now that's got a bit soft and translucent. So we've got some carrot here, a bit more carrot. We've got some potato as well. And some yellow and red peppers, because you want to give it a little splash of color as well. Mix that around. Need a tiny little bit more oil. Let's put all of that. All right, now we're ready for the soy sauce. You can use soy sauce or coconut aminos or Bragg's aminos. Any of those is perfectly fine. And then we're going to add our ketchup. Get that all out and give that a complete stir again. All right, and you want to let that cook down for about 10 minutes. I might actually raise the heat on this a little bit. Right, so it needs a little bit of water. Because you want to make sure the veg are cooked through properly. And that's cooking through nicely. Right, now at this stage we're going to add the soy chunks. And I'm going to stir the whole thing. Make sure you get a good stir so that all the veg and the soy chunks are incorporated. And then you kind of have a look at it and see if all the veg has been mixed through with the soy chunks, okay. And then that needs to cook down for another 10 minutes and then it will be ready. So as you can see, it doesn't take that long to make. The main thing is to make sure you soak the soy chunks. You can soak the soy chunks overnight in just cold water, but if you want to speed up the process, you just soak them in boiling water for about 10 minutes and then it's perfectly fine. And with the soy sauce I'd use for this one, I'd use the dark soy sauce, but whichever one you have is perfectly fine. All right, so we just leave that for a moment and then we'll come back in 10 minutes. So now 10 minutes is gone and I've now served it in this platter and I'm just going to garnish it with some coriander, also known as cilantro. So put that here. So just give it a nice splash of color in the middle. Just unfold this one here. And this is delicious. You can serve this with mashed potatoes, with rice, with cauliflower rice, with any of your favorite side dishes that you like, you can serve this with. And there we have our brown stew soy chunks. Delicious. It's vegan, obviously, and it's quite inexpensive to make as well. For more recipes just like this one, go to Hope Channel Southeast Asia or follow hopetv.asia.
A vegan diet. I find it interesting how they utilize all the ingredients they have to make a variety of dishes that I myself sometimes prefer more than meat dishes. Not only that, but it's also healthy and ideal due to the lack of animal fat and blood in it. I've never tried being vegan before personally because I was raised in a meat-eating household and I find it difficult due to the lack of ingredients and recipes needed to make a specific dish. The ingredients are also pricey due to the low demand in meat-eating society. I have friends that are pressured and are discouraged by others because they are vegans. However, I myself would like to try to become vegan someday. given time and courage to do so. I'm curious, what do vegans normally eat? Do they just eat fruits and salads all day? Because this is what people normally think when you say you're vegan. Thank you for the answers.
And now it's time for the viewers' questions. You have sent me a ton of questions. Keep them coming. I'm more than happy to hear from you. Just go to my social media and send in your questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. Today's question is, what do vegans actually eat? Do you mainly eat salad? That's quite a funny question, because a lot of people think, okay, so if I have a vegan coming over for dinner, I'm going to give them salad. Whereas salad is vegan, depending on how it's prepared and what kind of dressing it has. I think us as vegans, we prefer to have a wider variety of things to eat than just salad. So I'm going to kind of go through what I eat in a day, or the typical kind of things that I eat. So for breakfast, the sort of things I would have is granola. I like granola. I also like muesli and things like that. I usually have it with almond milk. Or sometimes I will have baked berries. So I'll have blueberries, raspberries, and any kind of berries that I have available, blackberries. Roast them in the oven with maybe a little agave syrup or some cinnamon, and I'll have that with some plain vegan yogurt for breakfast. I also am quite happy to have herbal teas. Herbal teas are suitable for vegans as well, and different things like that. I sometimes have banana pancakes, because you can just use oats, banana, and a little almond milk, blend that together and just pour it on a pancake griddle, and that makes the pancakes. And those are great to have for breakfast with some sliced banana on top. So those are the sort of things I personally would have for breakfast. For lunch, if I'm having a packed lunch for sandwiches, I like all kinds of different fillings. So I'll have peanut butter and banana with a little drizzle of maple syrup or agave on it. I like that. I also like avocados with salad for a sandwich filling. I also like pickle with vegan cheese, and the list goes on. You can also have falafel balls with sweet chili sauce. All these different kind of things are really great. Tofu, cooked tofu that's been seasoned, that sliced with some sweet chili sauce is really wonderful in a sandwich as well. You can have it in a sandwich or a bread roll. All of that tastes wonderful. And then for dinner, I like cauliflower rice. Also like lots of beans, peas, pulses, and you make those into a stew. They're wonderful. I love that. I think my go-to and the one I like the most is chickpea curry. It's one of my favorite, but my ultimate favorite is stewed peas and rice, which are kidney beans with rice and plantain. Those are really great. So you can see the variety of food that a vegan has is quite endless, really, especially in this day and age where veganism is on the rise, and there's so many options available to vegans in this era, which is kind of the best time to become a vegan is now, because there's so many options available in major supermarkets across the world. It's like the whole world has suddenly woken up to veganism. Another thing for desserts, you can get lots of different vegan ice creams. Some of them, the manufacturers, I don't know how they make money because it does not taste good, but some of them have got it down to a science. It's just amazing flavors that you can get. One of my favorite is when I'm in Thailand, they make coconut ice cream out of just coconut milk, and they sprinkle the little nuts on top. It is divine, and you can get that in a lot of different places across Thailand, so that's one of my favorites. You can also get vegan jelly, strawberry jelly, and with that jelly you can make a trifle. So you have the strawberry jelly, then you can add some vegan cream, then you can add some fruit, then you can add some nuts on the top and really make a wonderful dessert. You don't have to miss out at all. Cake, I love cake. I'm also a YouTuber, and my best performing video is how to make a vegan sponge cake, which has thousands upon thousands of views. And if you use the sponge cake as a base, you can make lots of different desserts from it. So you can make chocolate cake from it, you can make marble cake from it. So if you have the vanilla cake as a base, it kind of opens up a lot of doors for vegan desserts. So you can see there's a wide variety of different foods you can have as a vegan, not just salad. And also fruit salad is something that when you go to an event, they think, okay, for the vegan option, we'll just give them a fruit salad. If you're one of those people, branch out. There's so much more you can do, and it's pleasing to people if you make a little bit more effort, because the good thing about vegan desserts is everybody can eat them. But the difficulty with non-vegan desserts is that only non-vegans can eat them. So it's always good to kind of think a bit wider when you're thinking of your audience that you're trying to feed. So that's it. I hope that answered the viewer's question. I'm sure that gave you lots to think about. There is a book that today's dish was from, based on the series. It's also called Eat Good. It's available from Amazon, anywhere you are in the world. Just go to Amazon and type in Eat Good by me, Kirly-Sue, and you'll be able to get your copy. Eat Good is what you've been watching today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.